What do you think the ethics of Judeo-Christians tell us about animals? What is your experience? What have you found?
Well, I want to answer that question by circling back around to something you said a couple of minutes ago, which was that the way scripture and faith has been warped to be so violent. So I'll tell you what it doesn't support first to address those things. It doesn't support dominion being corrupted to mean domination, right? Because that's like number one. That's what's happened. And through that lens of reading scripture, you can see we can do anything we want to the animals, right? Because we are dominating them. We're not bestowing the same type of loving, compassionate mercy that the Creator extends to us. So we're not doing that. The second thing we're not doing is we aren't valuing them as individuals because we have commodified them. And in doing so, we participate in the seven deadly sins, right? Gluttony, greed, just basically all of them in different ways. Um, and the third thing is that we are not called to live in the culture of death. And the culture of death is doing whatever the world tells us to do without discernment. So that circles back around to the other part of that conversation. So, with those three things said, how does it support ethically about the creatures? It does so because if you come from a nonviolent stance and look at scripture, it is so different than if you come from a violent stance. And you have to look at also contextually and historically and even linguistically. They didn't use punctuation like we do now. And it depends on what version you're reading, what translation you're reading. So if you think about how hard it is to communicate with someone who's texting with you, and you're in kind of a heated debate, and you don't know if that next text means they're angry, like is that an angry statement, or is that just more of the debate, or is that a sad statement? That's why they developed emoticons, right? Because we can't figure things out from just the written word as it stands alone. So how it supports treating animals well and is because we know our Creator is loving kindness. And when Christ came, he really reinforced that, even even with another commandment about love, right? And is all about love, and love is not weak, love is strong. But if you're a violent person, or if you live in the culture of death, then love becomes weaker to you, right? Because violence is number one in your life.